I still love them, even if one of them is potentially a Nazi. That's a terrible thing to say. Hey, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a music-based video. I was tagged by a good friend of mine, Mr. Mitch Emery. If you haven't heard of Mr. Mitch Emery, he's basically just this emo kid. Plays a bit of guitar, just like goes around looking sad. No one really important. No, Mitch is he's a good man. He's a musician. You should definitely go check out his stuff. I will leave a link in the description. Thanks very much for tagging me, Mitch. Basically, the subject of today's video is the 5 most important albums in my life. So the 5 albums that like changed my life. I think that's it. I was going to check Mitch's title. 5 most important albums of my life. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I don't know why I said that a little bit twice there. First album that got me changing my life is this one right here, Soundgarden, Superunknown. Now, back when I was in school, when I was a little kid, I pretty much just listened to what anyone else listened to. Majority of that was like old rave tapes and stuff, so just lots of kind of Whistle Posse, Helter Skelter, New Year's Eve, all this kind of stuff. Just kind of listened to that. And then I remember watching MTV, I remember seeing this rock band rocking out, and there was a guy doing a spoon solo. And I was like, what is this madness? This is incredible. So there's this song, Spoon Man, going like proper awesome riff. And then like a spoon solo, and I was like, this is incredible. And I spoke to my friends about it, like telling them about this band, and they were like refused to believe me. They're like, no way is there a song called Spoon Man with a guy doing a spoon solo, thinking I'm just talking absolute shit. So I asked for the album for Christmas, and this was the exact one I got. And I remember on Christmas Day ringing up my mate Si and playing it to him down the phone and being like, Spoon Man, this is so good. Like, just absolutely loving it. And I remember, just loving it so much that I just kind of went, oh, I don't want all these old rave tapes and stuff anymore. I gave them all away. I just like, don't want any of these anymore. And then from this album, I then got into Nirvana and the whole grunge thing. And that then just obviously progressed into my love of rock music. And so if it wasn't for this album, if it wasn't for this very album here, I wouldn't be into all the music I'm into now. I definitely wouldn't be running a music magazine for a living. So this album here is very, very important. I'd probably say it's the most important one. So credit to Soundgarden and Spoon Man. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, crack on with the next one then. The next one, if I snip a little bit, it's because I've got a little bit of a cold, just so you know, I'm a bit like... Okay, so the next one is, no doubt, Tragic Kingdom. Now, if you know me personally, you will know that back in the day, I was probably the biggest No Doubt fan in the country. Like, I was a bit obsessed. Like, and when I say like, I actually mean that. I've got probably about £2,000 worth of No Doubt merchandise. Me and a friend set up the UK fan club because there wasn't one and used to run it. Yeah, bit manic. In fact, I will do a video about that another time to explain that. But yeah, so this album played a huge part in my life. This literally got me into the whole kind of ska punk thing. I ended up going on to actually start a ska punk band, very much inspired by No Doubt. And obviously, yeah, it was just a huge part of my life. Just to show you kind of how obsessed I was with No Doubt. Well, we got this version of Tragic Kingdom. Then we got this one, which is signed by Gwen. Then we got the tape version. And then we've got the Australian version of the tape. Just to top it all off, can't forget this one, we've got the vinyl as well. So yeah, and that's just how many copies I've got of one album, not including all the rest of the stuff I've got. As I said, I'll make another video on that. But yeah, no doubt Tragic Kingdom. That's number 2. Number 3. Now, I don't know if this is cheating, I hope it's not, but I've got to include this because it is one of the most important albums. It's not even an official album. This is American Punk Rock Tape 1. This was given to me, I copied it from my friend Paul Runtle, and this introduced me really to the whole punk rock scene. Obviously, like, I got into No Doubt and everything and started to discover a few bands, but then this one here got me into like NoFX and Lagwagon and Nose for a Name and that whole scene. So kind of this one and No Doubt combined were the ones that kind of moulded my entire part of that life. My life. I said that life. But yeah, let's have a dig in. 1997 it says on it. So this is when this came out. It shows my age now. We've got stuff like NoFX on here, Pennywise, Rancid, Suicide Machines, Bad Religion, The Vandals, Propaganda, loads of good stuff on that. Just a quick random fact, because obviously I've always got to drop it in, being a vegan. Propaganda are all vegan. It makes me kind of wonder, did I pick up anything from Propaganda? Because one of their songs talks about it quite a lot on one of the albums I used to have. Never know, maybe Propaganda subliminally turned to be vegan, we'll never know. But American Punk Rock Tape 1, you can't get it anywhere, but this was a game changer. This was good times with American Punk Rock Tape 1. I don't know if there was a Tape 2, I think there might have been. But yeah, this is the shit. Next one, we've got, I haven't got the actual album here because it's long gone, I think the case got broken, God knows why, but it is Andrew WK, I Get Wet. This is actually the Party Hard single, signed by Chris Rowe of the Ataris, another one of my favourite bands. This album is just incredible. It's just so good, and I don't know how to explain it. It's been there for me in situation. If I'm ever down, if I'm ever feeling shit, if I put on Andrew WK, if I put on the song especially, I Get Wet from the album, it's literally, you might as well have just stabbed me in the heart, just injected me with adrenaline, and I'm there ready to take on the world. This album is relentless. It is literally the most inspiring party album of all time. Like, it affects me in all aspects of my life. Like, to say I want to get up a hill faster, because I'm going slow, I will literally put on Andrew WK and I will get up that hill faster purely because of the adrenaline from the Andrew WK track. If I'm like, oh no, I don't think I can do this thing. I don't know what it is. Whatever this thing that I can't do is, I can't do it. Put on Andrew WK, I will do it. I'll do it better than I've ever done it in my life. It's the most inspirational album of all time. If you haven't got it, you need to get it in your life. Just listen to it and listen to it and listen to it. Take it in. Just take it in and just appreciate how goddamn epic Andrew WK I Get Wet is. It's a life changer. Everyone's life. It will change everyone's life. Simple as that. And right, so again, so that was Andrew WK. And the final one, a bit sniffer. It took me a while to think of a last one, because those were kind of like the main ones. So I was really trying to think back and think like, what was another important one? And the only one I can think of would be go right back, and it would be Ace of Base, Happy Nation. Now, if you're not familiar with Ace of Base, they are basically Sweden's best export, one of the greatest pop acts of all time, with massive hits like The Sign and All That She Wants, Lucky Love. There's just so many bangers. Beautiful Life, now that is a tune. I think that's what kind of the original thing that got me into pop music. And obviously I'm a big pop fan now, love my pop stuff, love Carly Rae Jepsen, love Taylor Swift, obviously I still love all my rock stuff and everything as well, but I really appreciate my pop stuff as well, I really like that, and I think Ace of Base may have been one of the catalysts. And also, something I thought of literally just before I filmed this, is if you listen to Ace of Base as well, they've got quite a reggae ska feel. So maybe that links in to maybe me liking No Doubt, maybe? kind of got a bit of the reggae feel from Ace of Base, then discovered No Doubt. You never know, you never know. But Ace of Base, Happy Nation. I mean, some of the songs I mentioned, they might even be on the Happy Nation album. I can't remember now. But I know the song Happy Nation was on there, and I know the Sign was on there. Which is like massive tunes, All That She Wants, Don't Turn Around, all those. Ace of Base is just the greatest pop act of all time. I'm going to ignore the fact that one of the guys was potentially a Nazi, according to a few articles. I try and block that out. It's a bit of a sore subject. I don't want it to taint my love of Ace of Base. But yeah, Ace of Base. I still love them. I still love them, even if one of them is potentially a Nazi. That's a terrible thing to say. I don't love that aspect of him. From what I can gather, he did things that were wrong, and he learned. And he's not like that anymore. So he didn't do anything bad though. He just thought the wrong things, I think. I don't know. This isn't the time or the place to be discussing this, is it? This is meant to be a positive video. Anyway, those were my top 5 albums anyway, so I'll be well interested in knowing what your top 5 albums are. Please let me know in the comments if you agree with my top 5, if you like them. Give me a thumbs up. I've got to nominate some people, as Mitch did for me. Again, if you want to check out Mitch's channel and his music, I'll leave links in the description. Go and check him out. He might look emo, but he's a lovely guy. So my nominations will be Sophie Eggleton and Lydia Zalabani, who's just literally come on YouTube. She's got 1 video so far, brand new YouTuber, go check her out. Leave a link in the description because she needs some more subscribers. And finally, we will go for, who's going to be number 3? Emily June. I'd like to know what you listen to. I'd be interested to know, because I have no idea what your music taste is, but I do know that you had Kesha at the end of one of your videos, and I love Kesha. So maybe if Kesha's one of your top albums, that would be great. I'd love to hear about it. But anyway, that's it. So go and listen to some No Doubt. Go and listen to Ace of Base and ignore anything to do with Nazis. Go listen to Andrew WK, and be really inspired. Maybe go and play the punk rock tape that you don't own to a cat, and the cat will really appreciate it. Be nice to all the animals, listen to all the good music. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you for another video very shortly. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.